We spend a lot of time in meetings. And when we think about time management, there's so much time that we can experience wasting time in meetings. And there's a lot of tips and things out there to make things effective. But I'm going to call out the three things that I've seen either neglected the most or the most effective when used. And the first is just kind of a traditional thing of don't forget an agenda. And I think sometimes people shy away from an agenda because they think it's going to be this long list of something that they've got to put on a memo and fax to everybody as if we're, 20 years ago in the workplace. The reality is it can be something as simple as, what are the three main things that we're going to be doing, or even what's the primary goal of the meeting and how are we going to get there? And that can be put in the meeting invitation. It doesn't have to be this long drawn out detailed agenda, but what happens is people who are attending your meeting who see the agenda get that the time is going to be on purpose. It's easier for people to look at the agenda and even decide, should I be in this meeting or should I opt out? Which leads me to the second tip is have some rules of engagement around how you and your team or your department navigate meetings. When it comes to the ability to opt out, maybe ending or starting your meetings at a different time point. Sometimes people end it, the tradition of ending 5 minutes early before the half hour or the hour mark. But having some rules of engagement that everybody's following along with, it shouldn't be a long list, maybe a top five that everybody's abiding to. What happens is people feel like we're all kind of playing in the sandbox according to the commitments that we made, which makes it easier to get the commitment and the engagement that you're looking for from your team members. And then last but not least, in your meetings, you actually want to make sure that you're prioritizing dialogue. I find that a lot of meetings are about presenting information out. And if you think about it, if all you're going to do is present information out, a lot of that could have been done in an email, could have been in a recording because it's a one-way situation. So you don't actually need everybody present at a certain time to do that. And now with Zoom and meetings and all these other features where you can record yourself, much like I'm doing here, you can actually save people time and they might be able to listen to the content while they're driving, while they're taking a walk. So they're not tied to their computer. If you're not going to have a dialogue, that means that people don't actually have to be as present in the conversation. Other than that, you're just trying to make sure that you've got some sense that they're paying attention to you when you said your message. And the reality is someone could be looking directly at you and thinking about something else. So let go of the control, leave the room for people to get the information in other ways, and prioritize that dialogue while you're in the same room, because that's about building connection, building relationships. Good luck out there with your meetings. I hope they are able to drive change, be productive, and actually be enjoyable for the people attending, including you.